In the complex landscape of the Israel-Hezbollah conflict, where each side claims its own narrative, Israel's military tactics often spark intense debate. One tactic in particular has raised questions: the use of pager blasts to warn civilians before airstrikes. But what lies behind this strategy? Today, we'll explore the reasoning behind Israel's approach and its implications. The Israel-Hezbollah conflict is marked by a long history of violence, with both sides engaged in a cycle of retaliatory attacks. While Israel has been involved in contentious operations in Gaza, often labeled as terrorist actions against civilians, its tactics vary when it comes to Hezbollah. In this video, we'll delve into why Israel chooses pager blasts over direct bombing and what this says about its military strategy. One of the justifications Israel provides for its military tactics is the protection of civilian lives. However, many argue that this is more of a facade than a genuine concern. During the Gaza conflict, Israel's actions often contradicted its stated intentions. International law emphasizes the need to distinguish between combatants and civilians, yet the reality on the ground tells a different story. While Israel claims to prioritize civilian safety, its operations in Gaza have led to widespread civilian casualties, raising serious ethical questions about its adherence to international standards. Israel's strategy of issuing pager blasts is often presented as a means to differentiate between fighters and civilians. However, critics argue that this distinction is not as clear-cut as portrayed. Many civilians find themselves caught in the crossfire, and the accuracy of these warnings remains questionable. In a world increasingly sensitive to humanitarian crises, Israel's tactics can also be viewed through the lens of public relations. By showcasing efforts to minimize harm to civilians, Israel aims to bolster its international image and mitigate backlash from global audiences. This calculated approach seeks to frame military actions in a more favorable light, even when the ground realities tell a different story. Looking back, history has shown that significant civilian casualties can lead to substantial backlash against military operations. The Vietnam War, the Gulf Wars, and various conflicts in the Middle East highlight the consequences of civilian deaths on public perception and international relations. Previous military tactics have evolved precisely because of these historical lessons, shaping current strategies that prioritize messaging as much as military effectiveness. While some argue that pager blasts can help mitigate civilian casualties, this tactic is not without its critics. Opponents question its overall effectiveness, suggesting it can lead to complacency and miscalculations. Moreover, some argue that such tactics can be misused, leading to greater harm rather than protection. Understanding these counterarguments provides a more nuanced perspective on the complexities of modern warfare. In summary, Israel's use of pager blasts to target Hezbollah reflects a multifaceted approach to military strategy, entangled with issues of ethics, public relations, and historical precedent. The complexities of modern warfare force us to confront difficult questions about the value of human life amidst conflict. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Israel's tactics? Do you believe they effectively protect civilian lives? Share your opinions in the comments below. And if you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to subscribe for more content exploring similar topics.